Hi everyone, my debut novel is Kololo Hill. It's set amidst the 1972 Ugandan Asian expulsion by President Idi Amin, and the story focuses on recently married Asha and her husband Pran, who are forced to leave everything behind except their devastating secrets. And the novel's partly inspired by the real life events of 1972, but also my own family background. My grandparents left India during World War II to start new lives in East Africa. And my parents were born there, and then they subsequently came to England, where I was born. And the culture of East African Asians is quite distinct to Indian immigrants, actually, with our own food, our own language, and so on. And I really wanted to explore that because it isn't something I've seen written about very much in novels previously. What was also interesting was that whilst I was writing Kololo Hill, a lot of the themes of displacement, belonging, home were playing out in the real world and continue to play out in the real world. Brexit, the rise of Trump, the Windrush scandal, and so on. So I'm now going to read a short extract from the beginning of the novel. They'd be back before curfew. Asha was sure of it. She got out of the car and looked out far across the water to where the Nile flowed into Lake Victoria. In the late afternoon light, the mosquitoes glowed gold like embers from a fire. "Be quick, won't you?" Jaya called from the car window, pulling her sari chundri tighter over her silver hair. "And be careful." "Hush, Jaya, she's not a child," said Motijan. "Besides, we can see her from here." The car swayed like a rowing boat as her father-in-law hoisted himself into the back seat and lay down for a nap. Asha slipped off her tooth jumper, blades of grass tickling her toes, the dragonflies dancing at her feet. She shook her hair free from her ponytail, aware that Jaya was probably looking on. Loose hair for loose women. Jaya had wanted to go straight home, anxious to reach Kampala before the soldiers began their night patrols, but Asha had managed to persuade them to stop off on the way. What harm would it do to get a little fresh air after being cooped up in the car, to steal a few moments in the place she'd visited so many times as a child with her parents? There were more people here in the old days, of course. The sweet, smoky scent of roasting mogul carrying across the breeze, tinny transistor radios buzzing in the distance. Now all Asha could see was a few fishing boats and the crotchety marabou storks with their black feather cloaks gathered in the shallows. She walked towards the vast water, stretching so far that it looked like an ocean. She'd met Pran for the first time by Lake Victoria, down by Entebbe. She bristled as she thought of him now. She was sure that Pran was keeping something from her. He dodged her questions before she'd left for Ginger that morning. Asha wandered further along. It was too beautiful a day to waste it thinking about him. Something was jutting out at the water's edge, a strange mass that seemed to grow from the banks, blackened in parts, ashen in others. Asha stepped closer. This wasn't the root of a plant, but sinewy muscle, twisting tendon. Upstream there were more, hacked bodies bobbing in the billowing lake. A crackle of fear. Asha turned fast, hurrying back towards the others. "Slow your pace," she told herself. "Don't alarm them." "What happened? Why were you hurrying?" Jaya got out of the car. Motijan sat up, voice full of sleep. "What's going on?" "It's been a long day," Asha glanced back, trying to sound calm. "Shall we go?" "I thought you wanted to spend some time here." "I did. I'm just a little tired." Asha hovered by the back seat. Why wouldn't Motijan hurry up and put his shoes on? She looked towards the road. No sign of soldiers, thank God. She told herself that the rumours must have been embellished, growing as neighbour told friend, told colleague. How could she have been so wrong? The broken limbs flashed through her mind as she climbed into the car. Idi Amin didn't care that those poor people's bodies were bobbing in the water, out on show for all to see, killing anyone who spoke out against him or threatened his power. He might not stop until the whole river ran red. And that's the end of the extract. Thanks very much.